Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, we'd like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwakadash, the Wada, Yahweh for giving us Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in them. Double honors to the CT elders, bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwith. All right, here we are. Let the scripture speak. NYC. All right, bringing out the spirit of the Lord of prophecy, man. That's that piece right over there, I guess, on the camera. All right. We slide it over.
I'll slide it. I'll get it.
Just a little bit. Okay, yeah, come. So, we're just going to start off right away, kick it off with the scriptures, man. In the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai.
This is the book of Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
That's right, the burden of Egypt. Okay, when your everyday form of currency, the dollars that you use, proves that you're in Egypt. All right, it has a pyramid right on your dollar that you use every day. Your social security number that you have proves that you're slaves in America, or slaves in Egypt, which represents, I'll say the right way, Egypt represents America in the Bible. This Bible is written in code. You can't take anything for face value. It's not a picture Bible or a coloring book or anything like that. This is a cryptic book to his elect, out of the nation of Israel. All right, so again.
It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud.
Yeah, and that's the burden of Egypt. That the Lord, whatever Ronald Dalton, whatever his name is, that CIA agent, whoever he is, who wrote Hebrews to Negroes, which the only thing he got righted, well, he didn't get anything right, but he just put that the Israelites, part of them go back to the so-called black people. But furthermore, it's really the indigenous people of the North Americas, which are you Latinos, or what you call Latinos and Native Americans of this land. Other than that, he doesn't even believe in the 12 tribes. He doesn't believe in, well, not he, but what that video's putting out, makes mockery of what the chariots of the Bible, saying that ET is going to come back and save the people that believe. But that's the the point of the scriptures are just like how the Lord talked. He talked in parables. He talked in code. And a lot of the things in the scriptures are not written for face value, so to speak, or not written in plain. The chariots of the scriptures are known as clouds. All right, a roll within a roll, a wheel within a wheel, a flying dove. Anything I'm missing? A pillar of fire. Yeah, and the famous one, a cloud. When we read the scriptures, the Lord said, what did the well, I'll say it like this. What did it say? Swift cloud, right? Can you read that again, Brother Kishore?
Isaiah 19:1. Behold, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
Yeah, upon a swift cloud. How's the cloud? We're looking at the cloud right now. There's one right there. Is that moving swift? No, so clouds can't move swiftly. So that right there proves to you that what? That the Lord, he's going to come riding on a so-called, what people call it, UFOs, or what Ronald Dalton likes to make mockery of, But you know, the hell with him. He just put out there to confuse the nation as a stumbling block. But at least the vibration of Israel is out there. You know what I mean? Which is all done by Yahweh Shema Shai anyway. But the point is that America is going to go out by what? By the Lord coming back on a swift cloud, which is code for a UFO. Again, clouds don't move swiftly.
Right. This is Acts 1 verse 9. It says, and when he had spoken, I'm gonna just go to the point. And when he had spoken these things, when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and the clouds received him out of their sight. Right. So this is the account of when the Lord was about to leave the disciples. He was talking to them, and then he was taken up in a cloud, right? That cloud, meaning he was taken up in that UFO, right? And then as I read on, it's gonna say that the angels were there, and they were gonna tell the disciples the same way he left is the same way he's gonna return.
And then when the angel spoke, they said, "Why do you marvel?"
Right? Why you marvel? Right? The same way he left us, and then we read that scripture saying that he rideth upon a swift cloud. You see? Right? And then if you read the book of Revelation, it speaks about him returning in a white horse. So which one is it? Is it a cloud or is it a horse? They're both the same thing, but you gotta understand what that's talking about. It's talking about one thing. It's just explained or described in different ways. Like the so-called UFOs are. They're described in many ways, but they're all speaking about the same thing. Right?
Just to back you up, you had mentioned Ronald Dalton, the horse in Revelation, that the Lord's going to come back on a horse.
He said that?
He said that. So I'm like, so it makes more sense. The Lord is going to come back literally in a white horse.
But it doesn't yet.
That's a figure of speech, man.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of dummy who believes he got maybe horsepower. Hey, shalom. He got horsepower under his. He actually horses representing his car.
Yeah.
When it says horsepower, is according to his knowledge, it's 100 horses in his engine
300 horses.
or under his hood.
Yeah. You know.
With that dumb understanding,
Oh yeah.
it's something figurative. It means represents power.
Right. You know, you realize very quickly that, hey, this secret knowledge, this sacred knowledge just isn't for everybody, man. It ain't for everybody. You can get a little bit of it. You can get a smell of just like food. You can get a whiff of it, right? But you can't get a taste. You see? Why? Because you weren't chosen to get that taste. It's too scrumptious for you, man. Ronald Dalton Jr. Sorry. Try again. Yeah, it's too rich for you. Too moist. Rich. See? Why? Because it's a point for the Most High not giving it to everybody, because it says, what's that in Matthew's? Don't give that which is holy unto dogs, lest they trample it under their feet, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not meant for everybody. What's that?
Don't catch a pearl before swine.
Don't catch a pearl before swine.
And that, I'm sorry, that pearl, it starts with the name. You know, that's something that's so.
What does he call it? Does he know what this means?
I don't even know. I didn't even get that far.
Yash. Who knows? So, verse 10 it says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. Those are the angels that I just spoke about, right? It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? The same Yahushai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven, right? So now the other scriptures start to make sense, right? As you know, in the book of Revelation, when it speaks about him coming on that horse, that white horse, scripture said, how's it go? The scripture you just read?
Swift cloud.
Swift cloud, right? He rideth upon a swift cloud,
That's
right? Those scriptures start to make sense now.
They show you that he's going to be on it.
Right, he's going to be on it, right? The scripture in Ezra, which was once part of Bible,
Yeah.
right? In what's that, the 12th chapter, when it talks about that great mountain, right? He rideth upon a great mountain. So it starts to make sense, and it all leads to one conclusion, that it's a vehicle. He's gonna return on something. You see? Yeah, that was it.
I got the word from
The
the author.
definition, right?
Yeah. And might as well get Revelation. Okay, yeah.
Strong's G 2296, Thalmazo.
And this is the word from author in Acts, the 3rd chapter, the 12th verse. Definition. It says, to wonder, by implication, to admire.
Yeah, that's why, Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, talks about the strangest of their salvation. And, when you bring up the Apocrypha, that's not part of the Bible. No. All right, well, we'll see, my man.
Right.
But the point is, I don't want to go too off topic. That was taken out by the Bible Destruction Group because it was just, there was really no parable. It just told you who the devil was,
Right.
what the end times were, how old the earth was,
Right.
and etc., man. And clear descriptions of when the Lord comes back. And it tells you about the 12 tribes, clearly. And how they came over here to unknown, well, not unknown, but how they came over here to the other land of Canaan, which is the North Americas.
It tells you about Esau too.
Yeah,
It totally exposes Esau.
Yeah.
So the Bible, part of their mission was like, yo, we gotta, Esau, it was like, yo, we gotta erase the history of Esau, of Edom. Because that's us. We don't want to be exposed. We want to keep in hiding. And we want to continue to make the world believe that the Jews are us. So they had to get rid of that.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah, because it said it plainly. Esau
Right.
is the end of the world.
Right.
There's no way you can
And
get
then-
around that.
And then it spoke about Alexander the Great and how
Yeah,
wickedness multiplied.
Yep,
So it just
exactly.
totally
Exactly.
exposed Esau for who they were in current time, which was the so-called white man.
That's right. Because if you were to search out who the wicked is, it'll be Alexander the Great, like you mentioned. But
Right.
he was an Edomite.
Right.
If you were to do your research, right?
Right. Antiochus. See?
Yep.
It goes into that, right?
Yep.
Because it's a lot of history in the pocket.
The Maccabees.
Right, the Maccabees. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
It also said that the
Go ahead.
it said that the Maccabees, it said the actual, but it referenced what's the last of the games.
Last of the Donuts.
The movie, the 300.
Yeah.
They were so-called, not so-called, they were Israelites.
They were the real Spartans.
Yep. You see, so it had a lot of history and a lot of
Yeah.
revelations in that book, so that's why they had to remove it.
And it wasn't really encoded. It was just plain.
Yep.
But anyway, what was I saying about the Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter? Yeah, that's another plain scripture, man. Because of course it would seem strange that a UFO, or so-called UFO, or a big spacecraft, so to speak, will come up and beam up the elect. That's going to be so far, like I said, beyond what you even imagine, man. But see, that's why how you put the Most High. See, the devil tricked you to put the Most High in some kind of box somewhere. Like he's some kind of, he doesn't control evil, and he's some kind of minute power, but it just doesn't make any sense, man. The Most High is above all understanding. He created the concept of truth, up and down, right and left. So why can't he created your spirit? So why can't the Most High, or God Himself, the Creator, the omnipotent one, make you believe that this is the real world when it's really not? There's a level above this society, man. There's a power above this society, which belongs to the nation of Israel by way of new bodies.
Thank you, sister.
Okay,
Thank you,
sister. Thank you, sister. See, Israel's way, and you an Israelite, by the way, sister. You're an Israelite, sister. The chosen. No matter what happens, and if you repent and believe, but in the next life, you're gonna be on the throne along with your husband, your king.
That's beautiful. Hey, man.
Well, not on the throne, but she's gonna be with her husband.
Yeah.
Yo, he said what?
There's like Terminator's gonna be on throne.
Right, yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
No, you see, but there's a big awakening. Yeah. See, our people are starting to wake and realize who they really are, and you can't hide this. Esau, your time is numbered, baby. You can't hide this truth anymore because it's really the Most High that's doing it. It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Our people are starting to awake and see.
Put the pieces together.
Put the pieces together. You see that?
Yep.
All right.
It's a little more. It
that's
says to wonder by implication.
It's like I thought she rolled up the window because I saw her rolled up the window.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear you niggas, but then she rolled down. I was like, oh snap, what she about to say?
That's
a spirit. Yeah, that's a spirit.
And there was no but after that, right?
Yeah, I was
but,
saying,
I don't like how y'all talk about black women. She didn't say none of that.
I thought she was gonna say but
yeah,
that's a spirit.
Yeah.
I had to, rule on we blessed her, and the Lord sees that.
And you know what? Sometimes you don't realize, especially now, you don't realize how much people actually know about it. It's just that a lot of people don't accept it. You have some people that accept it, but they're not on this side, right? They're not fully, they believe they're like, yo, this make, but they just haven't really made that leap. They could just be the believers. See? Because there are more believers than there are 144,000.
Yep. It says
the believers are in the millions. I mean, we just, anyway.
it says to wonder by implication, to admire, have in a moderation, marvel, wonder, variations of wonder.
That's it.
Yeah, read that shit.
It says,
well, yeah, see, it's
that's the word
a marvel, yeah. So I just want to bring out when you brought in Acts, because it said, why you marvel, when you went into the clouds in the spirit, is that even the prophets, the Spirit of the Lord, the men, the disciples were at wonder when they saw the Lord go up in that cloud, which is what? A chariot. You're not gonna wonder at it. You're not gonna marvel at a cloud, are you? I mean, even if maybe I'll give you you marvel at a man going into a cloud, but furthermore, you'll marvel or you'll wonder. What other words you got there? You'll wonder, you'll admire. You'll be basically in awe if you see a man go into a so-called UFO, a chariot. All right? Oh, what's this? UAPs or something? How's it? Under the
UAPs.
aerial phenomenon?
Yeah. Unidentified.
Yeah. Okay. That's a wonder, man. You'll be, stuck in your, you'll be stuck in your tracks. So, and it makes sense because why? This is the Most High God, man, through His Son Yahushua. This is not, you can't put the Lord in a box, man. He's beyond your comprehension. So, including the salvation. This is why it says in Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, it says, yeah, 16.
Jeremiah 16.
Was it 14?
14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord,
Which means look.
that it shall no more be said,
That's right.
the Lord liveth, that bring up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
It shall no more be said, it said. It shall no more be said that brought up the children of the land of Egypt, which we started off this camp with. Which what? Is America, that was ancient Egypt, right? It should no more be talked about. You got your Disney movies about it. It's still taught today in your schools. It's still renowned that Moses saved the children of Israel through the power of Yahweh Shemashai out of the land of Egypt. That's still renowned on to this day. And how many years is that ago? 3,000 years ago or something like that? Over 3,000 years ago. Okay? That's still the greatest deliverance known to man. So it should no more be said. That's not going to be talked about. It's going to be talked about, but not like this deliverance. Okay?
Right. It says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yeah, but read that again, I'm sorry.
It says, but the Lord liveth.
But the Lord liveth,
that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. All right? Just like we brought up with the woman, she rolled down the window, I like you, brothers, but, you know. Well, it's going to be talked about like that in the kingdom. Yeah, that Moses' delivery from the power of the Lord was a great deliverance. He delivered Israel out of Egypt. But nothing will compare to the deliverance that Yahushua is going to deliver his elect out of Egypt, or today Babylon, current Egypt. Yeah.
No, I say the spiritual Egypt, Revelation 11:8.
That's right.
It's still in captivity until this day. It says, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them.
Yeah. What does that represent? That represents Israel, which is part of the curses, once again, being scattered all over the world. All right? The diaspora. So the Lord's going to gather his elect, and he's going to gather all the ones that believe all over the world. And again, we already know that's happening. Why? Because starting with the Abba Bivens and down the apostles of GMS, Pastor Har, Pastor Gabar, Pastor Rakar, Pastor Ramlab, in 07, they were online, but they officially went online in 07, or on the YouTube, so to speak. We're now, all across the world, if you have a computer and internet, which is called another name, the World Wide Web, that the whole world is learning and knows about the nation of Israel now, starting with the Most High and the Lord. And furthermore, is that you have camps opening up all over the world, man, in different countries, and saying that we are the Hebrew Israelites, having a 12 tribes chart sign. Camps in Ethiopia, camps in Australia, camps in Alaska, camps in Germany, London, Italy. All right, at the islands, Caribbean islands, Nigeria. Okay, all after 07. All right, so this gospel of the Lord is being spread all abroad. Another point is that in Africa, Pastor always talks about that there was a comment, I forgot he said, a comment or something like that, saying that Pastor Har, you and Nate, the leader of IUIC, and Apostle Har of GMS, they're famous in Africa. They're famous over there. Why? Because a lot of them, we're not Africans, but we have a lot of scattered that are in Africa. Really the majority of west side.
That's a prophecy. You'll get fame in a land that you will put to shame.
Yeah.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
That's right. So, what was that verse before?
Jeremiah 16 and 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he hath driven them.
And the land of the north represents the North Americas, mainly America itself. Okay, South America itself, and then Canada, but really America, Babylon. So the great deliverance is going to happen out of Babylon, all right? And then it said, whether he has scattered them.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
That's right. The Lord, like I said in the Apocrypha, the Lord only chose the one pit. That pit represents a land mass, right? And that land mass, or that land that the Lord chose, which is the whole world, really, but the capital of the world, you can say, is Israel. Okay, the nation of Israel, which is being ran over by a bunch of rats as we speak. All right, they're saying that they're us, but they're not. In the whole world, Jake is waking up to that, man.
mentioned wisdom. Read that. Wisdom of Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It said, I'll start at the top. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. It made no account of his labors." Right? And that man is speaking about the prophets, right? Because it's the prophets that are out there on the highways and byways as well as on the internet, starting with the apostles in 07, like you mentioned, prophesying not only the destruction of America, but the rising of the nation of Israel and the return of the nation of Israel, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans coming back to your heritage. Not all of them, but you know, a remnant, see? So, and it says, in great boldness against them that have afflicted him. The number one person that has afflicted the people on the sign is none other than the so-called white man. They have afflicted the people on the sign to a 10th degree, right? And Esau, right? You're gonna pay for that, right? And then also the people that have afflicted the people on the sign is our own goddamn. It's funny, right? The people on the sign have afflicted us too. You see? Now there is a great awakening, like you saw the sister that drove by. You might have people that might be on comment boards commenting on Kanye and Kyrie, and they're in agreement, right? But for the most part, our people are against this truth. You see that? Why? Because it cuts them to the core. See? And ultimately, the Most High don't want them, right? So it says, stand in great boldness. We stand in great boldness against the incredulity of men, right? Or the unbelief of men. See? So it says, and they no account of his labors. Reading on, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed with the strangeness of his salvation. Right? And that's what we're going into right now, the strangeness or the marvel, right? What was that?
Wondrous works.
Yeah, the wondrous works, man. You see? And anything that the Most High does is going to be grandiose, right?
Yeah.
The way Israel was delivered out of Egypt. It wasn't let's
right,
cross
you
the
ready?
bridge.
Yeah.
Here you go. Let's cross it. No, he has to go.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
showing you that the Most High and his people have that salt.
Right.
Just like the scriptures say.
Even the 10 plagues, Mr.
Oh yeah, the
No,
template.
no.
It wasn't just one. It was multiple. So
It was
and
an
it was
average.
in marble. You had what was it?
No doubt.
You had, was it
No
frogs falling from the? You see?
Yeah, frogs.
The
I mean,
locusts.
the firstborn of every creature.
Yeah, and that's
Not. Come on, man.
You see this? See, I don't remember where I got this from, but Satan does tricks, right? A little trickery here, a little magic tricks.
Say yesterday too.
Huh?
I caught the end of it.
Oh, the show, yeah. Little magic tricks here and there.
Yeah,
See,
that's
like what's the famous magician? Angel, like what's that dude? Chris Angel, his little tricks. A lot of them are just tricks. You're fucking shoestring in the background. But Satan, the point is, Satan does tricks, but the Most High does miracles.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the Most High does actual literal miracles. Like you can't trick that.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And that's what the Most High did concerning Israel. He performed miracles, man. You see, and he's gonna do it again when we get delivered. It's not gonna look, the situation that he created for us to be delivered is the reason why it's gonna be spoken about greater than the nation than the deliverance from Egypt.
Yeah.
Yo, missiles are gonna be first of all, it's gonna be chaos.
Yeah.
Right? Then World War III is going to be popping off already, and then it's going to get to it's going to get to such a high level.
I mean,
They're going to shoot
hysteria.
missiles over here.
Yeah.
America's going to shoot some back.
The whole world's gonna shake, rock to and fro.
Then you're going to have, like we're going into the Lord returning in a great chariot.
Yeah.
He's going to be
All eyes shall see.
Michael and the archangels.
Yep,
So
yep.
it's going to be a
Angels, yep.
battle in the air. Then he's going to send chariots to deliver. Yo,
There's more, and there's more.
you see?
Yeah, and then they're gonna be chariots flooding the skies too.
Meanwhile, those chariots are going to be beaming,
shooting down.
blowing up buildings, shooting people,
Shutter ships.
as well as delivering the elect.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a, come on, man.
Yeah.
If it don't get no, it can't get no stranger than that. Hey, come on, brother. Can't go no stranger than that.
That's right, man.
You see, but it's beautiful, man. It's a great awakening, and our people are realizing who the devil is and who our enemy is, man. And it's beautiful, right? I always read it, right? It says, I'll just finish this up. It says, verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for the anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. We fools counted his life as madness, and his end is to be without honor. And that's what Esau thought in his head, man. You see why? Because they went so long without their judgment. You see, what's that? Ecclesiastes 8:11. They went so far without receiving that judgment. They're just walking around actually believing that there's somebody, when really the scriptures refer to them as the basis of men. See? All right, that was it. You see, so the strangeness of his salvation is going to be that's going to be a day to remember, man.
It's going to be very unfamiliar to these people. They ain't going to know what the hell is going on. You know, but the brothers told you that it's going to come before it comes. Back in Isaiah 19:1, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. So yeah, the Lord is going to come back in a giant-sized chariot, like the brothers mentioned in 2 Ezra 13, man. They said he flew upon it. He's gonna be on top of that chariot. You're gonna see the Lord entering the earth, man. All right, you know, he's gonna come to Egypt, which is spiritual, America. America's spiritual Egypt, man. Because why? Our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are still in captivity until this day here in America and throughout the world, man. All right, and the Lord's gonna do a great deliverance, man. This is gonna be the second Exodus. But that's what the word means, exit.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. And again, sometimes you get a little upset. I mean, because just like in the world, they say people get upset. When you talk about, you talk about my mama. When you talk about the grandiose, like you used the word earlier of the Lord, the miracles of the Lord, His power, we get offended, man. But, we got to remember, what level you idiots out here are on, which is a very extremely low level, man. Because again, how can you believe in the Most High and not believe in His grand power? And a mighty UFO cracking the skies and a great deliverance would only make sense, man. Again, like you mentioned earlier, through the Spirit, the deliverance of the nation, the children of Israel, which is on the sign out of from Moses, from power of the Heavenly Father, out of Egypt, was not an average or even close to average thing, delivery, man. All right, it was basically, he literally, Moses literally split the, it says Red Sea, but it was really the Gulf of Suez, right, which is connected to the Red Sea, that he literally split the sea open, man.
Spiritual power. Yeah, right.
I mean, come on, man.
Through the
power of Yahweh Shemar Shai. That has never been seen and not even, dreamed about, man.
And then it said, and they walked on dry land.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like, imagine, it's so dry. It's like you walking and you're kicking up dust.
Yeah.
Yo, it was just water there. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
If you think about that, like
One side of water, the other side another
heaps.
water. Yeah, like, you see like two sides of water.
Fishes on the other side, like an aquarium.
It's like,
That's
what the
all
hell?
good.
You're in the fish. You're in the fishes on all.
Yeah, they praising you. How about you, my shot?
Yeah,
really.
They're no joke. Yeah. Because they do. Yeah, man. So that's and remember, this deliverance is gonna surpass that. I mean, I can't even imagine it. Even though we believe. I mean, I could imagine it, but that's still hard to literally. I mean, man. You know what I mean? That was an awesome sight. That was an awesome, wondrous, grand sight and a great deliverance, man. So why, again, Ronald Dalton, you think this deliverance of the Lord is not going to oversee that one? We just read it, man. And it would have to make sense, like it says in the scriptures. Not only does it make sense because it's in the scriptures, but if you were to see a UFO bigger than the Earth, deliver the elect out of here, yeah, that makes sense, man. That's never been seen before. You know, like Apostle R said, he believes there's going to be one giant UFO. Well, the scriptures say that.
Well, I bet.
and then you know, shuttle ships that are going to come out of that to destroy this place,
Right,
man.
because it said they shall meet him in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So those small
Just like in the movie. You know, like I always bring out, the biggest copyright is Hollywood. You know? Let it fly. But anyway, yeah.
Revelation 11, and I started 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Heavenly Father entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And 3 days and a half just means a period of not knowing our power, not knowing our heritage, which has been stolen by the nation of Edom, the descendants of Esau, our wicked brother, the wicked brother of Jacob, right? Again, I'm sorry.
It says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Heavenly Father entered into them.
Yes, what? The spirit of life, which is what? The same life or the breath of life that Adam got, all right, in the book of Genesis. And again, we always bring out, it didn't represent him being the first human on earth. It represented him having the ultimate truth, the spirit of understanding, because order, which is order, which started with the spirit of understanding, all right? All wisdom, knowledge, understanding he had. And it started with order. He named the animals, he knew everything. You know, so much so that all the other nations, all the other trees, like I said, the trees represent the people, you know, the other nations, they wondered at his knowledge, wondered at his understanding. Because at that time, people thought they knew, but they don't. Just like this world. That's why, you have massive violence, you know, people confused, you have people, you know, you're not healthy, you're suffering, you're under slavery, you don't know who your enemy is. I mean, I'm not really describing it right, but people are just on a low level, man. Which proves that you don't have to understand it. All right, but the only ones that have the breath of life is what? Starts with the men of the Lord, the prophets. And all the ones that the prophets are waking up to the Spirit of the Lord, which is Yahweh Shai, and the prophet Yahweh the Most High, is waking up his people, man, which is prophecy. Ezekiel 37. Uh-oh. Got a Levite king coming over here. Uh-oh. Shalom, warrior. You know what I mean?
Yeah, slide in here, brother.
You know?
We have the special guest.
Yeah. Levite king over here.
Mr. Levi over here.
You know? So, yeah, man. Again, Babaka Shah.
It's Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Heavenly Father entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And that's what the elder was just mentioning earlier. That lady went by in her car and said, "What? I love what you brothers are doing." Why? Because that's the Spirit of the Lord waking His people up. All right, which is what? Prophecy. We in the time of Ezekiel 37, man. We've been in the time, but now it's in the Lord turned it up in the year to turn up, right?
Yeah.
He turned it up, man. I mean, this is beautiful, man. Okay. And now great fear is falling upon who? The small hats. Because everybody's finding out that Kyrie and Kanye thing, you know, which is a diversion, but it's a diversion that backfired on their ass, man. Like you just said, they done fucked up. You done fucked up now. You messed up big time, man, because the whole world, again, with Amazon, which is full of bones, but it don't matter. The vibrations out there, they say, fuck that. No, why can't we be those people? That is freaking, I think, on number one on Amazon, it's still on there.
Yeah.
And they saying over 200 billion people have seen that, man.
And in the price, they made a lot of money too.
Yeah, that's why they didn't take it down. Even though they
Yeah.
got
See,
it down.
Hypocrites, man. Yeah, that's right, brother. Come on.
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world.
You got it, brother.
Yep. Yeah. So everybody heard this word, man. That's why
right.
when the judgment comes, you know, Jake ain't gonna have no excuses, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because the word is everywhere, literally, man. You go on any social media, you know, you see anything about, you know, Ye and Kyrie, man.
Yeah.
You know, so Jake ain't gonna have no excuse, like the elder mentioned. They got over 200 million people that watched it, man.
2 billion.
Or 2 billion people
billion.
that watched it.
That's
man.
the worldwide.
That's worldwide. That's what, a third of the world's population. I think the views in total. The view
the
counts.
views? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
the view counts in total, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, on worldwide.
Apostle Rambam was saying that's basically like a quarter of the world.
Yeah, quarter of the world.
Because we're roughly about 8 billion.
Yeah. Yep.
You got it, right?
Yep. Yeah, so that's a lot. That's a lot of people that heard this word, man. You know.
No excuse, man.
Yep. That's right.
I'm telling you, man, it's exciting, man. You know what I mean, man? We just gotta pray to be courageous in these days. You know what I mean? To pray to the Lord give the Spirit to die for this truth, to die for this name. You know, this understanding of the Yahweh Shai is above your comprehension, man. You know, these people like to put the Lord in a box, man. The chariots are real, the Spirit of the Lord is real. You about to see, man.
Yep. That's right.
You know, the power of the Lord, man. Yo, man, you know, Israel's waking back up, which is the prophecies, man. And it can't be stopped. Like we're talking about, great fear fell upon them. These small hats are scared, man. They trying to call the ADL for this meeting, but whatever you do is you're just making it worse. You put more fuel in the fire because you're showing, like people are doing research. Yeah, they do own everything. They do run this. Wait a minute.
They're seeing the hypocrisy of like Dave Chappelle had that skit that his monologue, right? And now the ADL is saying he promoted hate and violence. If anybody with sense would look at it like, yo, what is it? And then they're like, then people are gonna be like, yo, why is it whenever somebody says it's hate, but when it's something about another race on my race, it's not hate. Like people, y'all done fucked up, man.
Yeah,
Esau, you done fucked up. What they should have done was just once that Kyrie and once Kanye said they thing, they just should have been like, nothing to see here. But they drew everybody's eyes on it.
Yeah.
But that was all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Hey, so if you say you can do nothing against the truth, but
That's right. That's right.
All publicity is good publicity, man. You're trying to paint us in a bad light.
Man, big
But what
man.
you ended up
Another king
doing
over
is
here.
you ended up waking Jake up, man. You know?
You come on this side if you want.
Got another preset?
Can the camera get us, Papa?
I'll put it back. I'll push it back.
Yeah, you got it. Were you done with the last one?
Yeah.
And then you still back out. Yeah, hold that. You got it.
Yep, this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 36. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High.
That's right.
Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
You got it, brother.
And also, hey man, you know, Israel's being gathered by the word of the Heavenly Father, man. You know? Hey man, we don't gotta travel across countries to preach this word, man. This internet is literally doing the heavy lifting for us,
That's the
man.
spirit we just said earlier.
Oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit, man. This whole situation, the whole media is doing even more heavy lifting for us.
Yeah.
Man. We don't even gotta do nothing at this point, man. They bringing jigs all into us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
So all over the world. Yep.
Yeah.
Jake is here, man.
Yep.
And they waking up, man.
Yep.
You know, they waking up, man.
Yep.
You know, people going to get sick and tired of Esau, man. You know, you can't get around that motherfucker. You do own everything, man. And a lot of these goddamn rats, they try to change their names. You know, that's another trait of the devil.
Yeah.
Why would you change your name? Because you trying to hide that where you are?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
What's
yeah,
that?
it's exactly what it
Flee
is.
from judgment?
Yeah, trying to flee there.
Yeah.
Like the Rothschilds, that's not their original name. It goes back to Bauer, which means peasant. You know, you already got that vagabond bum, man. Or even a lot, even if you type in, there's a lot of people in Hollywood. Their names go back. They're really Jewish people, man. You know, but they change. Even I'm like that. He's Jewish, you know. And I think, I don't know. You brothers probably know. I saw a brother posted. Well, I don't know if it was a radio host. I don't know the specifics, but I'm going by memory. I think a radio host researched that his company is owned by a Jew or something like that, and he got fired because he said it on the radio or something like
I
that.
forgot his name, man.
Was it a radio host or am I saying it right? Was
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
sports or right? I don't know.
He wasn't a host.
It was a host?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It was a dark skinned Jake, I think bald-headed or something.
yeah, yeah.
And it said he did the research. You know what? Hey, I did research, and I found out the people who, I guess, own this organization or run me, they are Jewish. Or run this I think it was a record label. I don't know what it was, but he got fired because he just said it. People are waking up, man. You know. And here it is. We thought. Here it is. You thought.
You can't criticize.
You can bring it up. Here it is. You would think the Skittles package group, the Skittles package gang, the LGBT community was the most protected, but hell no, not compared to these people. Here it is. You can say anything about our people, right, and nothing happens. You just say an apology, and that's about it. No fine, no nothing. What happened when that dude? Is he alive still? Don Imus, whatever. When they called him, well, he's right about that, but. Nappy-headed hoes. He wasn't lying, but anyway. But still, what happened to the, there was some little uproar, but did he still had a job? Did he have to pay thousands of dollars in fines, $500,000? I mean, if brothers have more examples, I can't think of, but still, how many things have been said about our people? Oh, I think Biden. Sleepy Joe Biden. He said a lot of shit. What he called so-called black kids roaches.
Yeah, roaches. He said if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I mean,
yeah,
the list goes up. Matter of fact, yeah, you're black enough. He did a eulogy for a Ku Klux Klan member. I mean, goddamn.
Where's the uproar on that?
Where's the uproar on that?
I think he said my kids in 60 to 70, my kids are not going to go to school with black kids. In other words,
right.
He said it. I forgot how you phrased it. We can go on for days about the hypocrisy, man. And here it is again. That thing backfired, man, because all Kyrie did was just post.
Yeah.
He didn't even say one word. Nothing.
He posted something that was for sale. It's like you can buy it on Amazon.
Come.
But he got all his flack instead of Amazon.
Like he created it.
Yeah, it's not his. See?
And it's still on there right
It's
now.
still on there making even more money.
As we speak. So why didn't he go up to, why didn't they go up to Jeff Bezos?
And then what they did was, that's slick, right? Amazon, they put out a statement. You heard it? No, he was like, well, we were in the process of, what the fuck did they say? No, we were in the process of writing a disclaimer to this movie. They didn't take it down.
They didn't take it up. So
This movie contains a lot of anti-Semitic stuff and just a warning to people who want to buy this. You can still buy it though for $59.99. See, but Esau's a fucking bullshit.
Fucking devils, man. I was listening to Pastor R show. We're gonna get into that. I was listening to Pastor R show, and you can't. Another way to say it. What we're saying that people are not realizing, but these people are blessed, man. The people that so-called claim that they're going through some kind of oppression or some kind of affliction, they deliberately ignore the brutality that our people have gone through. Right. And it is documented, and it's proof. There's nothing fabricated. And I'm not going to go into that. We're on YouTube, but this is documented facts from historians, from scholars, for years, hundreds of years, about our oppressions. Go back to conquistadors, how they slaughtered. I remember I learned about that right before I got into the truth. One of the girls I was talking to at the time, Jasmine Mendez. You know what I mean? No, my bad. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, okay. Anyway, what's that? Anyway, she was in school and she was telling me about it was like 6 months before the truth. It was 7 to 5 months. She was going into the conquistadors, slaughtered the Native Americans. Man, I was like, damn. I knew about it before, but not to the extent that she was telling me. And I was like, damn, And then a few months later, Yahweh Shema Shah woke me and Nas up to this truth, man, through the Spirit, man. And we all, the Lord put it together for us. But who is the conquistador? The so-called white man, the nation of Edom. I'm talking about splitting the woman, the pregnant woman, the Native American woman's stomach open and taking a baby out. Playing us literally a sword shish kebab with the babies. They'll take the baby up, and show it up, and, you know what I mean? That's why the scripture said we shall dash your babies against the stones, man. That's right. Because why? You did it to us, man, through the Spirit, man. Anyway, but anyway, the sufferings of our people, you can't compare, man, to these people, man.
He got a quote.
Oh, okay.
Then we can get that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the quote that we always bring out. It says, to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize.
Read it 3 times.
Right. It says, to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Right. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Right. And that's basically like that's the spirit of what's going on, man. Because when we criticize, the J's or the small hats, you see what happens, man. You see what happens. They come down, man. They come down on you. They try to that quote unquote cancel culture and things of that nature, which that's a stronghold that's being brought down too, because it's not working anymore. People just, Jake is so docile that they don't even care. Like the tactics you used before aren't working anymore.
They're not working. That's right.
Yeah.
That sodium fluoride, you better put some more in that water. It ain't working because that's what it's literally used for. Sodium fluoride is put on your toothbrush and your toothpaste and your water to not have an uprising in society. It's supposed to sedate you, man. To make you docile. But it ain't working no more. See, the Spirit of the Lord is waking up people to the devil, man. That's why they said the wicked should be revealed. Somebody has some slop. Yeah, you guys.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That's right.
The Jays, the Jay people, they never fell from their heritage, man. We're the only ones that don't know who we are, man. This prophecy only fits us, man. You read the curses of Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. That don't fit the Jays, They're all in the media. They're all talking about how the movie was hateful, but then you're not dealing with it in any other scriptures, man.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not willing to bring any Hebrew Israelite on a show, man, to talk about the scriptures, man. Go ahead.
Now, I just wanted to say, look at all the movies that Esau put out, like 12 Years a Slave.
Keep it. Never forget.
Yeah, he shows you. He shows you what happened to our people.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Spirit, you said that because I was going to say, you talk about hate, but motherfucker, you don't who's funded the slave ships, man.
Yep.
And that's a fact. That's not fabricated.
Yeah, you look it up.
Yeah, you funded the slave trade.
They say I think 80% of the slave ships were owned by Amalek.
Yeah.
Nobody Jays.
Yeah.
The J people.
78%. And then I put on I did a show and I put on my thumbnail, and then it said 40. I didn't even know this. What is it? I think it said 78% of slave masters in America were ethnic Jews. I was like, wow. And then it said 40% of the J people had a stock or owned slaves. So even if they were in wherever they were, they had a stock in it. You know what I mean? They owned part of, basically all the money that was being produced was going back to them anyway. Which is the bankers. You know what I mean? You can't get around that, man. So these people they're not suffering. These people are blessed. They control everything. And like that quote you brought out, you can't criticize them. And that stands true. That's not a bad quote, because in the kingdom of heaven, you try to criticize the prophet, you're gonna know who's gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna be right on your ass, man, through the Spirit, man. You're gonna get your head bashed in. All right, and you're gonna know. You're gonna know it's us ruling. We ain't ruling now because you can criticize us, and what happens? Nothing happens.
It says, except, it's like I'm reading it again. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That's right, the son of perdition. Perdition means destruction. the man of sin be revealed. All right, we're in the time of revelations when things are being revealed. All right, the good and the bad. All right, overall, that what's been revealed, that the Most High, all right, and the Lord, His first and Spirit, His Son, right? They look like so-called black people. So what does that mean for you? You other nations. Not a good look, even to our people, man, who have black self-hatred, you know, who hate their own kind by blonding their hair, and especially the so-called black women who aborted our own nation. You know, you shit on the so-called black man, but guess what? The Creator looks like the man you shit on. So, but anyway, with the Son of Perdition, he's the one that convinced the whole world, right? Oh, excuse me. That's been revealed what the entities look like, man. The Most High, the Lord. What's been revealed that who the true people of the Lord are, the chosen. What's been revealed, and overall, like the scripture's talking about, the wicked, the devil. It's, you know, this is beautiful, man. Can't say it enough, and it's gonna get more beautiful, man. As time goes on, we're gonna go through some rough shit. We're gonna have to die for this truth, but don't matter, man. We know what this realm is. It's fake. It's an illusion. It's a dream. The only thing that we gotta prepare ourselves is the pain. But that's it. It's just like getting stung, and then well, the sting of death, and then you already know what happens after that. You know. So even the deeper understanding of the truth really makes you know what realm we're in. All thanks to Yahweh Shemai Shai. But the ultimate revelation is that the Lord's going to come back and rule and bring righteousness on earth, and you devils are going down. Excuse me, I'm sorry, the Son of Perdition, which is what? Destruction. No, nothing that's been revealed is that America's going to be destroyed. America's Babylon the Great. Right? The mother of harlots. That's been revealed, man.
It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in this temple of God.
Yeah. What he said, what did it say, opposes himself?
Exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Read that again,
It
that
says,
part.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself.
Who opposes and exalted himself
above all that is called God.
Above all that is called God. What's a good example? Again, whitewashing the Most High and the Lord. And you know who else I'm thinking about? Is that little twinkle toe punk, Noah Harari, no,
His name starts with a Y.
Yovel Noah Harari.
Right,
Yovel Noah Harari, which basically means, I did a show and I forgot already, that's the spirit. Wandering Mountain Dweller. I believe his name means Wandering Mountain Dweller. I gotta look at my show to see, but which, you know what I mean?
Edomite.
It's Edomite. Because what is wandering? It goes back to Genesis, okay? A vagabond, a wanderer. A wandering mountain dweller, a Mount Seer. You know? Oh no, excuse me. It means comforting mountain dweller, something like that, because no one means comfort. I forget, but yeah. Wandering comfortable mountain dweller. You know? But anyway, that demon said that we don't, that guy, he said, which proves he's a devil. Oh, so we can make a God as angry as we like. We don't care. That's what he said.
That's fine.
But that shows the wicked. See, if you don't believe in the Creator, why acknowledge Him? Why acknowledge that's something that's not even there? It doesn't make any sense. So that proves that inside you know something. You know. They know about deities, but they have no respect for the Most High deities.
Man. Look, did Cain? Cain?
Yeah, Cain.
Did Cain have respect?
No respect for God.
Cain have respect for hell.
Purposely.
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
They have, hey, that's the spirit he saw God.
He's actually the first one. Think about it.
Well, correct.
And I add into it during that with Cain, he never even basically said sorry. He never repented. All he did was say, I can't. He basically cried about the judgment that he was getting. I can't handle it. He never said, Lord, I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he killed Abel and said, "And my brothers keep him."
My brothers keep him.
He's a demon, man.
He is a demon.
And just like today, does Esau, starting with Amalek, give any respect to our people's sufferings? Hell no. Come on, man. The Trail of Tears, over 100 million, which is probably more than that. I'll say 200. But we only know because we can't. You know, the Lord knows, man. We'll say over 200 million people, so-called blacks, were murdered and slaughtered. I'll say well over 100 million people of Native Americans slaughtered, man. You know what I mean? And you want to compare that to what, you know what I mean? Apostle Taharjas did a show, which I want to do something on, is went into how, I don't know if you brothers saw it, how it was a Jake describing what the slave masters did to the Jakes and put them basically in an oven, like a jail, but it was like an oven almost. Had them chained to, they went in there butt naked, and then it was a wall with holes. So the holes, they would put the chain on, the chains through the holes, wrap it around the slave, and you'd be basically baking inside a metal jail. There'd be over 150, 100 degrees in there, and they'd be butt naked in there. And then there were like stages of. There would be like one smaller one, then one bigger one, and another. So the bigger, the hotter it got, or some shit like that. And basically, that was to teach Jake a lesson and never run away again. And then, to rebel. And then on top of that, these damn devils put a cross in there. Yeah, a white cross. It says, see, the name of Christianity, you're gonna bow down to this, and you're being punished because and then your only hope is to believe in this. You know, so that's what Christianity got you guys, man. Yeah, real quick. I said,
James 2:13. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy.
That's right,
and
man.
it's like, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
Yeah. You see? There was no mercy. Look, I always bring up Gator Bait because I always get shocked when you know what I mean? Like, damn, yo. I mean, Gator Bait. You go into Gator Bait, I was looking at the video, I couldn't even finish watching the video on it when the guy was describing. I didn't want to see the rest. Strapping so-called black babies and etc. other nations too. Starting with the so-called slavery I'm talking about this time, where they strapped up live babies to sticks and then fell them to alligators, man. And remember, mind you, and then they took pictures and it was used as postcards, man. They were used as, if you could open the paper 200 years ago, you see, alligator bait. Like with a fucking, like you're buying tuna fish or something, man. Or like you're buying worm bait to go fishing. This man is the devil. When they had people, us in slavery, they used to cut off our privates and put it in a jar as a souvenir. Buck breaking, etc., man. You people are fucking demonic demon spirits, man. And you're spending the Most High's revealing you fucking devils, man.
I say too, that whole Gator Bait thing, it shows you that this is the new Egypt, because the Egyptians did that with the sons of Israel, man. To try to cut down their population. And that proves that this is the new Egypt, man. They were throwing a Jake in the river so that the gators can get them, man. So try to cut off Israel from being a nation. That's what Esau's been doing, man. And what happened to the Egyptians, after that, man? The Heavenly Father plagued them. So the same thing is going to happen to Esau today, man. And this is the reason why they're panicking. Because they know the history of what happened to the Egyptians, and they know they have the chosen people of the Heavenly Father in captivity. They know it's coming to them, man. That's why they're scared of Jake waking up, you know?
They know once they wake up, it's a wrap. Right?
Yep.
Were you done?
Oh, no, some more. Yep. It's back in 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And I'm going to jump down. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let.
Yeah, the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
So who's letting all this happen? Like the elder mentioned before, Esau thinks he can get away with all these, judgments that we're talking about, all the wickedness that he's done to the nation of Israel, right? That it's the Most High who's allowing you damn demons, you devils, you Edomites to do what you're doing, man. For a purpose, to show the world what wickedness is, to show the world what evil is, and to show our people really a sword of the Most High to put our people into punishment, man. This is what this really is about. So only he who now letteth will let unless he be taken out of the way. The only way a person who could take the nation of Edom out of power is none other than the Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Okay?
That's right. It says, verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And that's happening now.
Yep.
They've been revealed right now as we speak. They've been being revealed, starting with Abba Bivens, King Marshall, High Priest Yaquab, Elder Ariah, down to Apostle Har, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab, the CT bishops, elders, and down, that they've been revealed. But this is gradualism, you know, and then we're at the peak and the last days or the last hour of this man's kingdom, man. And he's been revealed. Big time. And again, like we're bringing out, you know, apostles hit the YouTube on 07. So the word has been spread all over the world. And then now with this whole Hebrews to Negroes thing, it has backfired, but Israel waking up to a whole nother level, man. Where you have non-Israelite podcasts, non-Israelite social media sites talking about Israelites, man. You know, they making videos about Kyrie and this and that, and you know, now there's like there's underlinings within the NBA that you know people should just retire, man, and leave, you know.
Yeah, I seen the apostle do the video, and I
Yeah, he
said
did
that
that.
they should make their own league.
They can now, because that's how you mentioned in the video. I was looking on the way down. That's how Jake took over Rome.
Yeah.
Because they started to have their own power. Man.
It says, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Who's the spirit of the mouth? The prophets. Okay,
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
that's right. Them chariots are not dull, man. Just like we mentioned earlier, the chariots are a pillar of fire.
I can add on real quick. And the chariots are with all those so-called UFOs, because that's a thing going on in Israel right now too. You got that guy Robert Dalton that's basically saying that the chariots are not UFOs. They are not the so-called UFOs, you know? So you got in the apostle, they was like doubling down on that. So now whenever somebody mentions the chariots, it's my spirit to always mention like that. Those are those so-called UFOs that, you know what I mean?
That's right.
What was the point of keeping it hidden? So that these devils know that those vehicles are of, you know, a different realm. Man.
Well, remember they a few points they know was real. Which proves they're lying. What happened when Trump was in office? They created a space force. Why the hell would you create a space force, man? You know, what to fight? You know, no, you created because you fear the chariots coming. And even furthermore, NASA, I don't know how old NASA is, maybe 40, 30 some years old, probably older than that, but NASA, you know, learned from the apostles, like they always told us, that was created just to see the comeback of the Lord, to search out the heavens. And the Hubble telescope, they give you bullshit on the History Channel, this and that, oh, look at this new planet, but no, it's really to search out the chariots, man. And they've seen it. And because they've been leaked on the internet now. See, they could have, they probably been seeing stuff. But now with this internet they can't control, it ends up being leaked. We all know what we're talking about here. A few times with a huge, you know, the wheel within the wheelchair, you know, it's been filmed, you know. Oh yeah, you know, with the Iscar going losing his mind, they cut the feed. You know, Salah. That was it.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, come down. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
So like, I know I'm just thinking out loud, but it just hit me. I saw Black Panther, and trust only your brother can convince me to see that. As you know, Disney's going into, you know, I'm gonna go back. I'm segueing a little bit, but the people who run Disney now, I think, is a woman, and she said that she wants in a year or two, which is already happening, like over 60% of the heroes are going to be female.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing on purpose.
Ruining this shit.
So a lot of their stuff that come out is really deals with feminism, and it still does too in this movie, but not like what we like, not deliberately. You know, but I'm just thinking out loud that, you know, that movie's beautiful, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there, but I'm not gonna give none away. But they show the tribes coming together. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? They show the tribes come together. You know, and nobody can take them down. You know what I mean? And so, Spirit of the Lord, and you know, I believe that dude Ryan Gruber, he knows it. He knows the truth. He knows, man. You know, but hey, man, we in those times, man. You know.
So good. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Yeah, the dust represents confusion. Okay. I always use this example. It's probably a bad one, but our movie Bloodsport. Van Damme, the last scene when he's fighting at the end, and he goes, what's his name? Debo or not? Bolo. What's the last scene? He's losing, and he throw dust in Van Damme's eyes, right? And it confuses him, you know. But when somebody, I'm using stupid examples, whatever, like with Ninja Turtles or Ninja Vanish, throw the thing down and smoke, and you can't see because it confuses him, you know. So that's what that dust represents, confusion.
It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
That's right. Virgin daughter of Babylon is what? A virgin is what? Something that's a woman that's never been touched. I mean, in this context, there's a young woman. There's another virgin. That means a woman that has not been touched, sexually penetrated. This is talking about a virgin daughter of Babylon. So it's not talking about a woman. It's talking about a nation. Babylon wasn't a person. Babylon was a nation. It was a kingdom. So so what is it saying? So the virgin daughter of Babylon is what? The people. Well, read it.
It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
Yeah, O virgin daughter of Babylon. It said daughter, right? So the offspring of Babylon, right? Who's the offspring of Babylon? Well, look at your dollar, man. Look around you. All right. What's the number one thing that people love in this society? Their holidays, which all go back to Babylonian gods. All right. Christmas and customs, and you know, Christmas really goes back to Nimrod and Semiramis. Semiramis and Tammuz, right? Those are Babylonian gods. The birthday, that's the Babylonian custom, which the birthday is actually, I learned this years ago and I was surprised. I thought Halloween was, but the number one satanic or number one holiday for witches is their birthday. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it through the spirit, because the body is the most wickedest thing, or really worshiping yourself is the most wickedest thing you can do. Because the body, if you're doing that, then you're acknowledging your wicked body. The body's wicked, man. We're wicked vessels as we speak, and we don't like it. Lord willing, because why we believe in Yahweh Shai to deliver us from these bodies. This is the ultimate goal we want. We want to be delivered from these bodies, Lord willing. The change of darkness. This is the reality. This is the you know, what you awaken to. The Lord wakes you up to, man. But anyway, I'm sorry. The virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay, so the virgin daughter of Babylon is America. Why? Because America. What was I going to say?
It says, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
O daughter of the Chaldeans. It says it right there. What was Babylon? Babylon had what? In ancient times, or times of antiquity, you had kings, which is called, am I saying right? A monarchy, right? That was known throughout. This is the first kingdom that has never been a monarchy, you know, with bloodlines from the king to a prince, and etc. Right? And you had kings, you know, and set up in the ancient times, and in those kings you had the wise men, you know, or magi's, you know, and that was their counselors, you know, who they would refer to. You know, just like with Daniel, he was of Israelites, but he explained Nebuchadnezzar's dream to him. You know, because he confounded his magi's. You know, so but basically the Chaldeans were nothing but what you would call a warlocks. Yeah, sorcerers, like the brother said. And it makes sense when we were growing up and we looked at King Arthur and all what did they have? They had the wizard. Yeah, wizards to help him out, and you know, to guide him. You had I forget the wizard now. I don't know if the brother know King Arthur. I forget the guy's name. But even the cartoons, He-Man. I'm thinking about He-Man. Didn't He-Man have an oracle he would go to? You know, so throughout time, the wise men that would help out those kings were really the witches and warlocks. Oh, Lord of the Rings, right? Oh, yeah. That's another one. Right, so yeah, Harry Potter, yeah.
300. They had them the old magic that time,
yeah.
and one of the kings sold out to them, and they was giving them
Yeah, so see, that's the thing. So really, what governs societies, it has to be a spiritual backing behind it. Right? Not they always need guidance, and there's no different from our kingdom. Who's our spiritual guide? The tribe of Levi, the Levites, loyal. You know, who would guide the kings of the time through the Spirit of our Lord. You know? So the Chaldeans, or the daughters of the witches and warlocks of the Babylonians is America, man. Okay, how do you know that? Because overall, not only through their customs and how they founded the society by witchcraft, right? By masonry, which goes back to witchcraft. There are masons settled here. This place has never been touched, man, by a war. That's what it's talking about. The virgin daughter of Babylon. It's never been, the soils of America has never been touched. I'm not talking about no cheap ass set up revolutionary war. We're talking about a real war, man. Like America demolishes other countries, like Japan. You know, with Fat Boy and Little Boy. This country has never seen a major war, right? Cities taken down.
It says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen."
Yeah, and that's what's happening now. We're in a time that everybody's seeing America's hypocrisy. America's hypocrisy, man, and it really starts with our people. And what's his name? Is it Ahmadinejad, former president of Iran? I remember within the UN meetings he brought out years ago. He said, "You guys, basically, in other words, you can't say anything, America. You guys brought and enslaved the black people in your country for 400 years, and you want to talk about what is right and righteous." You know, and then they showed because when you're in the UN, everybody sits down in their seats, and there's how should I say, there's labels of the country in front of where you sit at, represent. They pan the camera to the United States, and there's nobody sitting in those seats. They walked out after he said that. You know. So everybody's been seeing the shame. I remember it was a general, an Iranian general or Afghan general said, the diabolical nation is America. They're a diabolical nation. Diabolical means demon-like. Okay? Oh, I just did a show in Haiti before I left, right before tonight. Well, I showed a clip of Levi. They wild up, boy. They're like, we don't want the Western people over here, you know. They're like, and they didn't say it, but it said blonde. You blonde, which means white, but they didn't put the caption white there. So I translated. But they don't want Western help, man. They don't want U.S. interest help. Because what's happening now, the point of the show was while the Kyrie and the Kanye diversion is going on, which backfired, you got Russia and America in Haiti right now, man. You got Russia backing, it's called, what's his name, Jimmy Barbecue, Huh?
The gang leader?
So-called gang. Everybody's a gang when you go against U.S. policies.
Yeah.
But really, it's a revolution. He's standing up for helping, represent the people out there.
Yeah.
So they're trying to guard their fuel because you probably know more. They've been going into, they've been going through some fuel situations and oil fuel for the past year or so.
Yeah.
If you want to expound on
In
that.
the past couple of years, the price of fuel has been increasing. Last month, I believe it was, the Prime Minister, he doubled the price of gas overnight. It went from $150 a gallon to $300 a gallon. So after they did that, they said, nah, we got to kill him. We got to get rid of him. That's why the scriptures say there shall be uproars of the people in the world. Because what? The wicked is in rulership. When the wicked rule, the people mourn it, man. Everywhere this devil goes, man, hell follows, man. That's right. Everything he touches to turn to destruction, man. That's why everybody wants to get rid of him, man. He's being exposed right now, man. You said Russia's over there. Yeah. Hey, man.
They're supporting Haiti. They're supplying them with fuel.
Yep, that's great, man, because what's happening is Russia is going to set up a shop in America's backyard, man.
That's right.
It's Third World War.
That's
so they're
exactly
going to ally with with the countries that got a problem with America, such as Haiti, Venezuela, and more countries is going to join that list of countries that got a problem with America. And eventually, man, America ain't going to have no allies, man.
That's what America's been doing.
Yeah.
Russia's just doing the game plan that America's been doing, right? They want to make allies with Ukraine and the countries surrounding Russia for what? For one reason. It's a military strategic move, right? Let me post up close to your enemy. That's like if you want to do it on street terms. If you got somebody that's like you saying you posting up. Or you on my block. Like if you want to post up on somebody's block, what do you think is gonna happen?
A war.
Yeah, war. So that's all that is. But beautiful, man. Hey, we all know that it's the Most High that's stirring this up, man. It's all the Most High. So let's give. I'm gonna do Nori. Let's give the Most High slacker. Let's give the Most High head. Hey. You know what I'm saying? That's the Most High. Hey, that's the Most High, man. You can't do nothing for the truth, but against the truth, but for it. See? And it's the Most High that he's playing chess, man. That's right. Esau's playing checkers.
That's right.
Or maybe 4 squares.
Right? 4 squares. Yeah.
4 squares. Maybe tic-tac-toe.
Esau's already in bait, man. That's what Esau don't understand. When you got no more moves on the board, just keep moving the king. And that's what Esau's doing now, man.
Or even that, when sometimes the master chess player already won the game halfway through, and you already know it.
In two, 3 moves.
Yeah, you already know. But he's still trying to figure it out, So, it's beautiful, man. But I'm sorry, you got it.
Sorry. It says back in Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3, it says that nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, that shame shall be seen.
Yeah, man. We explain it right now through the Spirit, man. Look, man, that's beautiful, man. America's going down, man.
That's right.
America's going down, yo.
That's right.
Lord, when you brothers check it out, I'm gonna post the description in the video. That got me riled up. Plus, you got Levi up here.
I'm definitely
But Levi don't play around. They passionate, man. They're like, yo, the guy, one dude was like, look, get your gunpowder, get your machetes. We're gonna fight back, Even the women were going crazy, man. That's why we a little Levi, we're a little wild. But you see passion, and it's beautiful because, the tribe of Levi, which is we're all the same, really. Not really, we are that. But tribe of Levi did is inspirational on how they occupied that land anyway, and it represents the whole nation of Israel because they supplanted and took over, man. So they got that spirit back, man. They're not playing. They hate America, man. They don't want them there. And here it is. You got fucking America over there, which which is Haiti, and one of the most corrupt countries in the face of the world because of their politicians.
Yeah, the Clintons, they run Haiti. They've been running Haiti, man. Everybody out there know that, man. That's why everybody got problems with America, because they know they're the ones in control. Leaders over there is nothing but puppets, man. You know, they get a bag from Esau and they pass all these different policies.
Kill their own people.
You know, kill their own people, man. That's why Barbecue, that leader, that's why he stirred up, man. You know, fighting against the cops and the government. Yeah. You know, because of all the oppression, man.
Oh, it's called just to back you up, it's called the Haitian National Police. They're being supported. America send them armored vehicles that broke some barricades of Jimmy Barbecue, but then he surrounded their armored vehicles. So even though they got some of the oil, there's nowhere out, man. Then you got Russia. They sent Venezuela's with Russia. So Russia called, hey, Venezuela, go to Haiti right now. You know, so Venezuela's right there. So Venezuela sends ships to supply oil to Haiti.
That's true too, because Venezuela and Haiti, they have a history of being allies.
Right.
Oh, see?
Haiti freed Venezuela, helped them get freedom.
Wow,
and a couple of other South American countries. That's why they got the red and blue in their flag.
Colombia too.
Yeah, Colombia too.
They got the same flag.
Yep, Colombia too. And what's the dude name? That president that ended up dying. That was one of the.
The dude that had beef with America.
Yeah.
The dude that assassinated his ass.
Yeah. He had very close ties to Haiti too, man.
Yeah,
he was
you see?
exposing America for being the ones after the earthquake. He exposed them for being the ones that started the earthquake.
And they took him out because probably all the stuff we're saying. See, and then but they blame. Well, one of the reasons was he still trying to deny the jab. Because I'm not giving that to my people. We're going to rely on natural medicines to our customs.
Oh yeah, it's your president.
And then he was gone after that.
And he was going to expose how they all the pedophilia rings that's going on
in Haiti.
You see, he's going to expose that.
Yo, brothers, man, see Black Panther, man. That's all I got to say. Yo, they put Haiti on the map. It's subliminal, man. I was like, wow. Yo, because even when you say Venezuela, I didn't know that. They go into that kind of. All right. But okay, one more thing I want to say. I'm sorry to back you up. You're right, because when I read the article, it said Jimmy Barbecue said, if I don't know the guy's name, you saw something, the Prime Minister of Haiti now, he said if he resigns at 8 o'clock, we'll restore the fuel at 8:05. So you're right. They want him to come step down.
They want him dead. They want him dead.
Well, yeah.
I say even kill that nigga, man. He deserves it because you helping your oppressor oppress your own people, man.
Yeah.
You know, niggas like that gotta go, man. You know.
It's a little more. It says, "I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Talking about Yahushua, when he comes back to the earth, he's coming back with great power and great glory. Mentioned about the clouds, the chariots. He's coming back spiritual power. He's coming back with the heavenly host of angels to do what? Take down Esau and his military might, all right, and wipe out wickedness throughout the four winds of the earth and establish righteousness. That's why the Lord has us out here, proclaiming the names of the Lord and the prophecies, man. Because it's time to set the earth, right side up.
That's right, man.
All right. It says, as for our Redeemer. It says, verse 4, it says, as for our Redeemer, which is our Lord Yahushua redeemed us to buy back. All right. It says, the Lord Yahushua of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. It says, sit down silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All right, so this place is getting ready to go out with a big thing too, man. So all hell's going to break loose out the four winds, man. All right, basically World War III popping off. Famines are going to get turned up. Pestilences are going to get turned up. Uproars of the people is going to get turned up. You name it, man. All hell's going to break loose. All right, this virgin, which is America, is going to get popped, man. All right, by those thermonuclear missiles. And Yahushua's presence with the heavenly host of angels to shoot concentrated fire upon the infrastructure of America, to false gods and you people. You got to get destroyed. All right, because this is the will of the Lord, man. That's right.
Revelation 18:3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the
all these heathen nations, man, that's in bed with America, man, they basically took counsel of what the so-called white man has been pushing out upon these people, man. They into, you know, homosexuality, sodomy, right, pedophilia, man, you know, murdering, you know, their own people, all right, you name it, man, destroying, you know, the earth, all right, poisoning the air, poisoning the food, the water, you know, poisoning the people's minds. This all goes back. This all goes back to Esau and Edom, man.
Just to back you up, brothers probably know. I just saw a brother post the FDA, which they know they've been doing. The FDA just literally approved
lab-grown meat.
Lab-grown meat. Just to back, you know.
Nah, they've been making. They about to have people eat plastic food, man.
Yeah.
Which we really are anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
We're talking about they gonna make it.
Yeah.
You get nutrients from it.
Yeah, fuck that. That's the devil, man.
Yeah, man. It was on the news, like, you know. Wow, bro.
They even use waste for like the foods, the crops that they grow. They use sewage water now. They use the sewage water to grow that food, man. You know. So what type of shit is in that food, man? You know, and like you said, right? Why they're gonna start selling lab-grown meat? I have this article here that says we are being warned that meat prices could go up another 40 or 50%. So that's double the price that it is now. So that's why they're starting to grow the lab-grown meat. And this devil, man, so much of a devil, he's gonna charge you double the price for lab-grown meat than regular meat, man. He's gonna take away the regular meat because Bill Gates is buying up all them farmlands. They're gonna do away with regular food. They're gonna give you fake food and charge you extra for it, man.
And that's why they're burning down them facilities, man.
Yep.
Cut the supply off from you people actually eating real food. They're gonna be killing the animals. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quick preach.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
This is Ezekiel chapter 4. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. It reads, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Yep. So, hey, us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the nation of Israel, man, we eat about basically shit that we don't even know what's in the food, man. You know, that's why I'm sorry.
Poison.
Yeah, it's poison, man.
Yeah, that's why people get sick.
The Lord said, hey, the Lord even said we should drink poison and live.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, man, wherever Jake is at on the earth, man, you eating some shit that you don't even know what's in it, man. And this is why we teach our people to, you know, pray to the Lord, pray over the food, pray over the food.
That's right. Yeah.
All of that, man, because we deal with all type of ailments, man. Get jacked up, get sick, all type of shit, man. That's why this devil got to go down.
Right.
Now, I was going to add, that's why the scripture say, unless the days be shortened, shall any flesh be saved. No, because we would be dead, not just from all the wild shit that's going on, but also just from what you eating. The body can't live.
From just breathing.
Right.
Now they're warning that particles in the air can cause heart attacks.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is in the air? They probably spraying a jab in the air.
Well, yeah,
they put it in the
probably.
food.
Well, yeah, well, you already know, brother. The barium, man.
Yeah.
Metals. Remember, brothers probably saw it, which can't be surprised with this devil. If you we got metals in us right now.
Yeah.
There was a post brother shared like a year or two ago, and maybe 3 years ago, and if you take pure cranberry juice and you mouthwash it and spit it out, you'll see metal particles, man. You see?
And then the devil try to do away with the herbs and being able to sell them.
Right.
So that's even going to even the precautionary things that you would do to heal the body. They're taking that away.
Yeah, they're saying not use. They want you to use their poison. Now you got. Now you got fucking Bill Gates. That freak did a show a while ago, a few months ago, going in that he owns I think 287,000 acres of farmland in America now, which is like a certain third part of the world. You know, his money goes into patent seeds. So with this damn devil, here it is, he's behind the vaccines, he's behind the jab, now he's behind your food. This is the same motherfucker who said he wants to block out the sun. You know? These people are devils, man. And you would trust this devil? So then this guy believes in splicing seeds. You know, GMO foods, which has been in the Europe lands it's basically banned.
Yep.
Russia banned GMO food, majority of GMO foods. But here it is in America, it's allowed. And you got this devil, BG, so to speak, can't even say his name, which proves he's protected. He bought most of America's farmland, man. And it's forcing what they've done to the whole world, but really to the farmland here too, is forcing by his patent seeds, his genetically modified seeds, man, to grow fake fruit.
What would they say that his family come from what? But it's like it's a certain thing they do with the guys on eugenics, right? Yeah,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So it all makes sense, man.
yeah.
Their ultimate goal is to cut the population down.
Yeah.
So
Every avenue. Man.
yeah.
Every avenue.
And man, and you look at Bill Gates' history. He got in trouble before for creating viruses and then antivirus. So what does that tell you? This guy, man, because he's a main investor in those damn companies.
Yeah.
You know, so this guy's behind all kind of disease that they're cooking up in the lab that they're gonna release. You know, remember what he said? He had to sit down where he said, "Oh, this epidemic gonna get their attention. The next one will."
Yeah, yeah. How do you
And he
know?
said it with a smirk.
Yeah, like
How
a
you
devil
know
that he
that?
is.
And they telling you in your face what they plan to do to all the nations, but really to our people.
That's the goal.
Because it's all about exterminating us.
Yep.
All right. It's all about blotting out the names of Yahweh and Yahweh. But that's not going to happen. All right. That's the furthest thing from the truth.
Finish it up at Revelations 18:3. I started again. I read it again. It says, "All nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy."
That's the only reason why these heathen nations are rich, man. From up the so-called white man. You gotta push this niggas' madness. You know, to the masses of the people. Yeah, come with these pharmaceutical drugs. You know, it's gonna help. It's gonna cure you. That's right. Meanwhile, no, it's not. It's destroying you slowly, man. That's how they get the real in that bag, man. From keep you constantly in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Drugging your ass up. Yeah, all type of shit, man. Get sedated. You know, get sedated with the food, the water you drink. One of the brothers posted that Tropicana made out of rose blood. I was like, wow.
I seen like a list of stuff. They got wild shit.
Rose blood.
Have something like that.
That's what I stopped thinking you saying. I mean, you know, say people drink water.
That's how these nations get rich, man. All right, by acquiring wickedness. That's what Esau was. You know what I'm saying? That's how you supposed to be so-called. And those niggas, that's how you become successful. But the Lord is watching all of that, man. He's getting ready to annihilate these Edomites, man. Right along with these heathen nations, man. So they're gonna go to war.
That was it.
This is Job 13 and 4. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value."
Right, that's Esau Edom, man. Everything this nigga gives you, man. Even his words, man.
Words, that's right.
Even his words, man. Yo, it's all lies, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
He's not a physician, he doesn't heal you.
Yeah.
Okay? He doesn't cure you with anything. Everything he says or what he pushes towards you, man, all right, is to kill you. All right? Esau Edom is what you say, he's as death and hell. And he cannot be satisfied. You know? He can't be satisfied, man. The only way he can get some sleep is if he commits wickedness.
On his bed, yeah.
Wake upon his bed.
I think it's in Proverbs, right? Yeah, because the power's in their hands. You know? But at the beginning of the scripture, it says, "Whoa, let's read destruction." And that's how we started with Isaiah 19:1, because the Lord's going to roll up on you, man. At the thief of the night, he's going to take you out. All right? You know?
I want to get into the other actors. Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." Right, and you know, we know that from reading Job, that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, man. So yeah, the iniquity is in the power of their hand to do so, man. So like they go to sleep thinking about how can we get Jake to go. Ultimately, how can we get Jake to go off even more? You know, disconnected from their power. How can we
Even
kill
wipe
them?
off.
Yeah, how can we? Yeah, basically, that's the ultimate goal. How can we wipe them out, man? You know, and they have all day. They got all of the power, all of the resources of the earth. So they're not even thinking about nothing else but how to do that, man, to accomplish that goal. And then it says they wake up in the morning and they practice it. So this is the reason. The scripture said in Revelation that they were to take peace from the earth. You know, just to paraphrase it, but that's basically what they're doing, man. And to take peace from Jake, man. That's basically it, man.
These niggas is destroying all creation. And, hey, the son of perdition, man, the son of destruction, that fits Esau. To a T.
Yeah, it's like, that's a beautiful statement, brother. Yeah, they're the son of perdition because they're going to be destroyed, you know, but also they're the destroyers themselves. They destroy them. Even that dude who created the Fat Boy, Little Boy, he said, I become destroyer of the world, right?
Scripture say, the Lord is going to destroy them that destroy the earth.
Yeah.
So he's going to destroy the Lord is going to destroy them. It's going to be referred to Esau as the hammer of the earth. You know?
And that's a good clue to know who Esau is, right? Or who the wicked is. If the Lord said that, you got to look at, well, who's destroying the earth right now?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and the one that's destroying the earth is the one that's in rulership. That's Esau.
So many.
Oh, I think they
So
said,
many
I think they said the U.S. Army is responsible for like 90% of the earth's pollution. The U.S. Army alone is responsible, I think, for like 80 or 90%. I forgot the exact number of the pollution.
That's the basis of men. That's what happens when somebody's put in a position that isn't fit to be in that position.
Right.
It'll be upside down.
Yeah.
That's like you live in your own home, destroying and like making it where you can't breathe in your own house. Like you putting, I don't know, carbon monoxide in your home. And like this,
I can live through this.
how you gonna sabotage where you live at, man? This man's
Destroyer.
Salakia.
You can't live with this nigga. You
Yeah.
gotta keep this nigga out the crib. You gotta evict this nigga, man. You know?
Kill that.
You gotta lock him up.
Actually, put him in chains to clean up the house, right? Then kill his ass.
I watched that cartoon on YouTube called Man.
We already see
Called M.A.N. Man. And it's just basically this white boy. It's a cartoon. They show you like when Esau came into power, how they basically pretty much destroyed everything. You know, how they turned, chicken to KFC by, putting extra stuff in them. How they turned, elephants, turned them to a piano. You know, and
Yeah, I see
basically
that.
at
He
the
just
end,
walking.
at the end, the earth was in shambles. It was nothing but piles of garbage.
Yeah.
And nigga just sat down there, and he was sad because there was nothing else to destroy. And they show you the chariots came down, the so-called aliens came down. They basically stumped them in the garbage, and they left Earth. You know, if I show you, man, Esau got to get taken down, man. It's gonna have to be, Yahushua and the angels that's gonna have to step in, man. Because we can't stop this man. He has too much power, man. It's going to take a heavenly force to come down and stop him, man.
The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, so the one that gave him that power has to take him out.
Yes, sir.
I'll give one real quick.
This is Proverbs 4 and 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
Right, and that's basically that's what they want to do, man. They don't feel satisfied, man, unless we hurt something. We gotta bring some sort of wickedness to this shit. Like they gotta bring wickedness or they're not doing their job ultimately, man. Just like brothers, the Lord, the men of the Lord, if they don't do what's right or what's called upon them from the Lord, then they feel a certain way. In your spirit, you feel a way like damn. Or even if you go off, you feel a way like damn, I ain't supposed to be doing that. The same way with them. If they don't bring no wickedness, if they don't fuck nothing up, basically. Excuse my French, then they can't sleep, man.
I feel like they go.
Yeah, I'm wasting. Yeah.
Man, I ain't screw nobody over today. I'm going off.
Right,
Bro, that's true though. That's how they think though.
That's why it says the spirit in them is
Not upright.
not upright. It's not created.
But it says that the judge should live by faith.
Yeah, upright. Yeah.
Their spirit is not upright.
That's why the Lord gave us advice. You gotta stay away from it. Don't go down that path. You don't understand what it's like to go on, man. And at the time now, man, you know, this light is being shed throughout the whole world, you know? And all the you know, gross darkness, this light is basically it's not being hidden anymore. Yeah. Everything is coming abroad, you know? The house. Y'all said, you don't hide your light on the candlestick, on the bush, you don't put it on the table, you put it on the table so that the whole house can be filled. Right. And we're the light of the world, man. When you see all these different camps, you know, GMS camps throughout the four corners of the earth, that's the light of the world. You know, and that's at the point that this light is not dim, bro. You know, it's very bright. Everybody's seeing it, man. You know, brighter than the sun, man. You know, it's plain to see. Now the whole world is talking about the Israelites, man. Yeah. You know, even got heathens coming out, you know, or even rabbis. You seen this one rabbi?
Yeah,
that came out from the
people like he's on himself.
Yeah, he said, the black people basically the real Jews is black, man. Yeah. You know, even the devil himself is gonna admit it. Is he anti-Semitic now for saying that, even though he's a rabbi? Right. Come on, man.
You know what? You're right, because they're scared. Because I saw one brother posted. He's like, yeah, it was a fake. How could I say it? Amalek, right? He's like, yeah, well, you know, it's what did he say? What's the Hasidic Jews? That they're like
it's the one with
the girls, right?
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
all black.
We call them the Abraham Lincoln ones. They're like, well, you know, we're the regular ones, right? But it's a other form of Jew that are real. We do control the world, but we just basically they were trying to separate themselves from the powers that be. So I was like, oh shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
They were trying to. I forgot how you phrased it. Oh, Zion. Yeah, Zion. Yeah. So that was like, wow. So you got a sector of Jewish people who say it's not really us, it's the Zionists who's really doing that. We're not really. They're pushing this against the so-called black people, but we're not. We're just regular citizens and shit. You know?
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Because you see them. That's the devil.
Yeah, that's the devil.
That's the fucking devil.
Yeah.
No, because if you see them in the street, they look down on you. They look down on Jake.
They still own everything here, though.
Yeah.
You still following the orders, though.
They still. Sneaky devils. You ain't.
You got to screw out of all that shit.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
And no, it's like they be walking around with the flip phones, driving the vans, and they got millions in the bank.
Yeah.
Millions in the bank, man. I was watching this video of this one dude that said one time he's working somewhere, and this one Amalekite, he put out $6 million in cash. Like, how the fuck you get all this money? And the Amalek was telling him, like, yeah, because us Jewish people, we spend amongst each other, we keep the money within us, so that way we all get rich. You know?
Quick question. So you said that Jews said that the real Jews are black, basically.
Yeah, the Amalekite, yeah. So it was a rabbi.
So why won't he give? Why wouldn't? So if he knows that, right? Why wouldn't he be giving to so-called blacks to try to, if they go? Because you know what the scripture said, we are going to be the rulers. Why wouldn't you be trying to get on their good side then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why wouldn't that would only make sense, right?
And
If
why,
those are your
why
future
you
rulers.
ain't say nothing? Why are you just saying something now?
Right.
You should have been said that. Money.
Right? Why? Because he's the devil. That's why.
This is Job 20:10. It says his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. Right, and then you know the poor being the Israelites, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's going to be a time where they're going to be trying to get in good, nah, y'all the true people. But if we are the true people, then that means what? That we're going to be your future rulers. But they're just saying that they're using words as lip service because they're not doing anything to show that they truly believe that. They're just talking, man. Just trying to just wiggle their way out of it, man. That's it.
Not gonna happen.
Con.
We don't want no reparations. Basically talking about your money. We want you. That's the real reparations, man.
Con.
Put you in captivity.
The blood. What is it? What I just said in a Game of Thrones. He said you pay the blood price, man. The blood price that has to be paid, man.
It's a blood debt that has to be paid, man. For the blood of the children of Israel being shed on this land. Numbers,
that's what
the only way the land can be cleansed of the blood that Esau shed is by shedding his blood, man. And that's what we're telling him to his face. And that's why they're running scared, man. That's why they're demonizing us as if we're these Ku Klux Klan, black version of Ku Klux Klan, as if we're these terrorists and extremists. You know, we're not committing no type of violence. We're not out here beating the Jays up. We're not doing that. Only way we beat you up is through the scriptures, man.
Yes.
You know? And now you're making it seem like we're some physical people.
Yo, man. Yo, Esau, the devil, man. Yo, I was reading something where that's some murder. They're like, yo, I was reading an article, one of the shows I was doing, and they were saying, you know, our people, like the ADL, they were saying the Jewish people are the most oppressed and scrutinized and been abused throughout hundreds of years. No, it says most crimes in America are committed against Jews, and it said it lifted a percentage like a stat. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? That makes no sense. So it said most crimes out of all nations are committed against Jewish people. So they still put out there they're suffering the most.
They're just
And then go ahead.
that victimization.
It's victimization. I'm like, what the fuck? And then but I said,
That's what Esau did. Didn't Esau always play the victim?
well, yeah.
Well, don't you have a blessing for me? Isaac?
So the what was I gonna say? Then I bust out my favorite list. If I'll send it to you, brothers. Bust it out when arguments like this happen. It's a 2017. Matter of fact, my phone's there. It's 2017 FBI crime list amongst race. So it has white and black, right? So it says white and black. Crimes between white and black, and all of the except one we lead in, and it's only between a difference of 4%, and that's robbery, which is like 49% of crimes in America are done by Edomites. Robbery, and like 50-something% J, right? Which is all BS too. But all the other ones like rape, 79% of rape in America is by white people, like 22% J. Aggravated assault, right? It's like 67% white people, and like 29-50% J. I mean, it's not even close. Any crime you can think of, they do embezzlement, everything. They lead in it, man. So that's BS. Even I was shocked. So when you turn on the news, murder, Esau, he leads, man, over 50%. You know what I mean? But when you look at the news, murder, rape, robbery, they're showing Jake on it. But again, when you go to the list, and that was 2017, it's all Esau, man. So if it's people committing the most crimes against some people, then it's your own people doing it, man. It's not us, but they, fucking liars, man. I'll send it to you and you can spread it to the brothers.
Let me read this real quick. It says FBI arrests 17 voted rabbis in New Jersey charged with trafficking human organs, baby parts, and money laundering.
Yeah, how come that's not in the news?
Come on, man.
How come that's not in the news right now? How come that's not on ABC News right now?
Right.
On NBC News or ESPN, well, not ESPN, but even all these, basically all the channels that they shit on Kyrie on. How come the New York Post is not writing about that? What about these magazines? Where is the protest in the letter to take these guys and expose them, right? Come on, man.
Quick reset. This is Numbers 35 and 33. Right. Number 35 and 33. And if I may, I can read it in both translations real quick. So this is the KJV. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." And you read it in the NLT just for like, because sometimes the NLT just goes straight, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it says, "This will ensure that the land where you live will not be polluted, for murder pollutes the land. And no sacrifice except the execution of the murderer can purify the land from murder."
I'll read that again.
In the NLT, it's Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "This will ensure that the land where you live will not be polluted, for murder pollutes the land. And no sacrifice except the execution of the murderer can purify the land from murder."
Hey, see?
Yes.
Which proves that what? He's Cain.
Yep.
It's the same thing. That's basically that's the same spirit Cain was in. What did Cain do? The first murderer was Cain. And what did he do? He killed his brother Abel. And what was the penalty? The Lord said, because thou hast killed thy brother Abel, now you're cursed from the land. Now the land is not going to yield its increase towards you. Yield means to give. Just when you're driving on the highway and you hear the city yields, it don't mean stop. It's not a stop sign like these dummies out here, like women mostly do. It's a yield. You just slow down, you let the other person go. So the Lord said, the curse now that the earth is not going to give you food anymore. You know, that's why Esau is known as the GMOs, and they're also known as the bottomless pit. Wherever they go, the land don't produce for them. They got anything, even in our land, right? They're not export country, they're an import country. You know? They got to get even palm trees imported in there, man. You know, and where do all the foods of the best food in the world come from? The islands, man, or where we're at. Haiti,
South America.
Yeah, South America, yeah. You know, our land, Haiti, well, not Ireland, but, you know, where we're from, Haiti, our blood. Well, one of the stops, you know, mangoes, right?
Mangoes, coffee.
I don't know, you got it.
I'd say South America.
I want to know.
Oh, I
actually-
thought Brother Prickman was probably
No, I was actually, I don't know.
I'd say probably South America.
All right, South, yeah. That's such a big continent.
That's part of the prophecy on Asher.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry, just real quick. That's an import. It says the United States is the largest import of goods, followed by China and Germany. So importer. So like you said, yeah, they bring it in, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, you know?
Revelation 18.
Yeah, that makes, yeah. Oh, see? Yeah, that's heavy, brother. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that proves Esau's here, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes.
He's the ruler. It's
really
not
don't
going to
give
yield us
nothing, yeah.
increase. And that proves extra that BG furthered that prophecy, because why? He's creating GMO shit. So he doesn't want it naturally. He doesn't want it that way. He wants to put supply seeds in the earth, man.
Precept? This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse
That's the last.
Verse-
That's the last scripture.
Verse 12, it says, Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. Yes, so the Lord is accomplishing his work upon Mount Zion by what? Bringing us out of captivity. Right? The scriptures say what? That iniquity is accomplished in order of Zion, he will no more carry you away into captivity. Right? That's why the Heavenly Father is waking up all these jakes throughout the four corners of the earth. And it says, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. Yeah, the proud heart of Esau, man. The scriptures say the pride of his heart have deceived him. And it says, in the glory of his high looks, for he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. So that's what Esau says in his mind, man. He thinks that all this power, he got it on his own, man. You know? He don't believe the Heavenly Father's the one that put him in rulership, man. You know, when the scriptures clearly tell you that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, man. You know, when they was coming to the side of the earth, they knew they had to fulfill the prophecy of Esau having the fatness of the earth, man. You know, that's why they read the scriptures to come out here, man. But it says, and my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth the wit? Or shall the sword magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood. So you're just a mortal, man. You just ashes and dust, man. So you're just a tool, man. You know, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, man. He give it to whoever he will, man. You know? And it says, therefore shall the Lord of hosts send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of fire. So the missiles is what's going to be Esau's judgment, man, for all the wickedness and atrocities that he put upon the children of Israel. You know? So with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
Peace and double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS that give us his truth and honest purity. And salutations to all you occupants this word throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, wa abba,
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Death to America.